Hello, and welcome to the Crone Cocktail Hour. And this is brought to you by House of Bast. I'm Oceana Teppenhart. This is Karen Marie Shelton, and we're currently
Hello,
waiting for
everybody.
Dana. We're currently waiting for Dana Dubois. So some folks might know this. We came up with this idea about a week ago, and
Hi, Laura.
hi, hi, Laura. Hi, Susan. So, yeah, this is the beginning of Crone Cocktail Hour. And the idea that we had was for all of us to drink alcoholic or non-alcoholic cocktails, talk about them, talk about witchy stuff, and basically be the aunties that a lot of people need right now.
What was the movie with the three witches?
Um, Not enchanted.
No, I
Bewitched?
mean, we're not really witches. We're more like crones. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I lean into the witchy stuff quite a bit.
Well, I have a good story if you want to hear it while we're waiting for Dana.
Absolutely.
So when I was 15, I left home. I had to leave home. I grew up in a very abusive home, and by the time I was 15, there was to save my own life, I had to leave. And I lived on the streets for a while, kind of going from place to place, and I would have to walk to work and walk to high school. And there was this little tiny shop that I would walk by on a regular basis. And one day, this woman in the shop, I didn't know what it was. She came out and motioned me to come in, and I went in, and it was an apothecary shop. And this was in St. Louis, Missouri, which is super conservative, super red, super like you don't find stuff like this. And she said, "You look hungry. I see you walk by." And I said, "Well, I'm, between homes right now. I'm just sort of hanging various places." So she brought me in and she made me some tea and she gave me some herbs and she gave me a tarot deck. And she said, "Come back and I'll teach you tarot and I'll teach you astrology and I'll teach you some of my apothecary skills." She taught me essential oils and herbs and potions, and she was basically the person that taught me a lot of the stuff that I learned when I was a teenager. So, oh, there she is. Oh, she's
Yep.
coming. Right. So that's where I got all this knowledge from. And so I've just had it my whole life. It was because it started when I was 15. And of course, I've been studying astrology since that age as well. So, throughout my whole life, I learned a lot about herbs and teas and potions and essential oils and magical oils and candles, and it's one of the things I love to do in my spare time.
I love that. Me, I'm a second generation witch. My dad was a druid. I ended up having I was always kind of spiritual, but I never really had a deity until I dreamt of Bast saying that she's blessing me. Ever since then, I've had a very magnetic behavior with cats. And then I later dreamt of Sekhmet, Kaishin, which is Chinese. So I don't know how I ended up with Egyptian and Chinese deities at random, but it's a vibe. And that's how I ended up with my side of spirituality. Thank you guys.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I'm a believer that when a certain spiritual side calls to you, whether it's somebody, coming in and helping whatever, or somebody, you know, coming in through a dream, if you get that feeling, you need to explore it. It's just that simple.
yeah. My grandparents were born in Ireland. My grandmother was very intuitive, very psychic. She read cards. I didn't really know her. She passed away pretty much before I was born, but my aunts passed on a lot of the information as I got into this and I had my first deck. One of my aunts said, "Oh, did you know your grandmother was, she had this special gift." So, it's kind of the earth magic, and she called it earth magic. So, it's appreciation. Well, and being a druid, you have a love for the earth.
That was my dad. I'm pretty much like my idea of hanging out in nature is like getting an air freshener and smelling it. Like
Where's Dana?
Dana,
Where is she?
we invited her. So we just gotta wait till she's on. She's in
It
the
said
chat.
she joined.
Okay, for some reason it's saying it's still waiting for Dana Dubois to join on my end, but yeah, so Crone Cocktail Hour, we're bringing some older ladies on here and we're pretty much getting spiritual with it. We're talking about all of our particular interests, how we work with energy. It says I'm not invited. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, testing one. Okay, now it's saying something went wrong on my end.
Uh-oh. Can you add her directly right from the chat?
Um, I'm trying to invite guests, but it's not letting me re-invite her. Um, this is really weird.
Uh-oh. Oh,
There we go.
well,
Try this again. Okay,
help,
re-inviting.
help.
All right, re-inviting now. There we
Oh,
go.
there she is. Yay!
Hello.
Hey,
God, look at that red hair. So beautiful.
Oh my
love
gosh,
it.
you're so sweet. Thank you so much for getting me in. And I'm sorry that I'm late. I'm trying to still hold on. See, I lit some candles because I'm feeling
Ooh, cool.
witchy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got Kira here.
Oh, good, Kira.
Familiar.
She's your familiar.
She
Mm-hmm.
is my familiar. Hi. Yeah,
Wait,
I
what
know. I
dog
missed you.
is Kira?
What's that?
What kind of dog is she?
She is half Australian Shepherd and half poodle.
Oh my God, I love her. She has such a beautiful face.
She's a good girl. She's going to probably come sit here in my lap.
Awesome.
Ladies, how the hell are we today?
Well,
Woo.
much better now that you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That is very sweet of you to say. I'm sorry I'm late, but I have just cause that I can share with you because it was a pretty kind of magical afternoon. Well, a
Let's hear it.
significant afternoon. I'm trying to you can't quite see how I've tiered candles and stuff in here.
I see them.
Mm-hmm.
I
We see
know,
them.
but and the lights behind, and I got the fire going.
Yes. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Yeah, but I'm holding the phone, which is never a good thing. Let me see. I do have a stand here, but I think that's going to
Hi,
be too
Jessica
low.
B.
I don't
Oh,
know. I'm just going to
Jessica.
hold it for now. I'm too tired to sit at my desk because I just got home.
Yeah.
But this is the cute thing I did today. I was hanging out with my favorite little best friend. She's 13 months old.
Aw.
Oh,
And I was hanging out with her because her mom asked me to because she and dad they have lots of fertility issues. Come on up here. And she's an IVF baby. And so she's been doing treatments for the second one, but they look at her. She just wanted
Aw.
to
oh, what a
need a
baby.
space.
What a
So
beauty.
I know she has been going to treatments, but they don't allow little ones in the waiting room because it's all these parents who want babies. So obviously it's sensitive. You can't go in
Yeah.
with a little one. And today she was ready. It was implant day. And so she wanted her husband to come too, so he would be there when baby got inserted. And they said, will you meet us at this place? And it was 12 or 13 miles away. It's way across into another city. Um, but she asked if I would come and just keep the little one busy in the lobby, the downstairs of the building, um, running around while potentially she was becoming a big sister upstairs without knowing it.
Aw.
Oh,
And I was like, I would be so honored. So I took the afternoon off work,
oh, that's sweet.
and then they just were like, we want to take you out to dinner to say thank you. And so we were just out to dinner, and now I am back.
That's
Isn't
Yay.
that
amazing.
a crazy, wonderful way to spend the day? I was so honored they asked me to be part of hopefully their second baby's origin story.
Yay. That's really great.
I'm pretty excited about it. So,
Very exciting.
hold on. I don't want to burn myself. But I got kind of the most telegenic glass I could find. And I made a red drink. It's hard to tell because it's a
Ooh.
pink glass.
I made my love tea, the one that I posted.
I'm
Excellent.
gonna add strawberries to my regular cold brew. Anyone who's ever seen me podcast, knows that I have a red tea that I really like. It's hibiscus and strawberry.
Ooh, hibiscus
Ooh.
is very good.
Well, am I the
Yep.
only one drinking a cocktail like Crone cocktail hour?
No,
I
no, no,
figured some.
no, no,
Nope,
no.
I'm cocktailing it up. I'm adding
I'm
fruit to it.
cocktailing mine up too.
Oh,
I
good. So
cocktailed mine up.
You can't tell, but there's some fruit floating in there.
that's lovely. Cheers to you,
Cheers,
Cheers.
everybody. Cheers.
my sisters in Cronehood. I've always called it. I like the word dotage. I think we should bring back the word dotage.
Oh yeah, I like that better. Crone
Yeah,
sounds kind of old and smelly,
well, I
doesn't
think
it?
we're taking it back. You
We're
know,
taking it back. Like,
because we are crones, we're allowed. I don't know if you count as crone yet, Oceana. How old do you have to be a crone?
I don't know, but like I'm almost 40.
I know, but Karen and I are super your seniors, so
I
we
know
clearly qualify as crones. But who knew crones could be so hot?
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
Like,
Cheers.
cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
So it's kind of interesting because like I always thought of like crones, like when people think about crones, they think about like these scary, haggard old women with hooked noses and
Oh, I
menopause
know. And
and like
warts.
floppy boobs. But
Lots
like
of
the
warts.
older I get, the more I'm like, dude, these women are freaking warriors. They offer a wealth of knowledge. They are usually like the best friends that you'll ever have. They also take no shit, and I love that. Like I am really leaning into my big crone energy, okay?
Yeah,
That is awesome. That is awesome.
that I think that's what this is all about. Crone
Yeah.
And it's
cocktail
about
hour.
earth magic. You know, the earth takes care of us women, and we need to be taken care of right now. We are under
Hmm.
siege, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are under fucking siege right now. Women of all ages are, but it's the elders who can remember when things were different
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
and how things should be better than they are
Right.
now.
Right.
Um, there is some feedback. I don't know if it's coming from me or somebody else.
It
I
Uh,
didn't
might be
have,
me.
I think it might be you, Oceana. Say something in the mic.
All right. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
yeah. I think
I
it's
Okay.
you.
think there's a little feedback on your for me. I
Yeah,
don't know
just
if
a
other
tiny
people.
bit. Do you have
I
headphones? Do you have headphones you could wear? That probably will help.
I
Yeah,
don't
if you're
have
using an
headphones with me.
external.
I have to buy some.
Okay.
Okay, I don't mind a little feedback.
I don't either. I don't care.
That's good
It's
feedback to have though.
Yeah.
I
that's
also
cool.
brought
Ba-dum,
fruit
bum.
and white
God, your hair
chocolate.
looks so vibrant today, Dana.
Mine does.
Yes.
It's because of the overhead lights that I think are too
It
bright.
looks gorgeous.
Thank you. It's
Mm.
I have moved my podcasting area down to my basement so that when my kids are getting ready for school, I'm not in the middle of the house cuz
Right.
I love my home but it's not huge.
Yeah.
Where's my dog? And so the basement it is, but I during pandemic painted the garage that is now my office. The wall behind me a really dark aubergine as you've seen.
Yeah.
Is that better with um and then the lighting like because I wear glasses, I feel like I don't like how I look these days on the Daily Whatever show, and it's really
Oh, you look
bothering me.
great.
No,
No,
I
you
don't.
look.
Thank you. Just the lighting is all weird. Like there's
No,
a
you
glare
look
on my
great,
glasses.
really. You do. You've been
Hmm.
looking just spectacular. I see you. I'm there, keyboard warrior, watching you. So you look
Thank you.
really good.
You are
Really good.
very sweet. But so I'm like tonight. I'm like I'm turning on the lights, baby.
Yeah.
Kira, why are you freaking out?
And by the way, the love tea recipe that I posted,
Yeah.
it's not alcoholic, but you can put a light rum in it if you want to just kind of
Okay.
juice it up a bit.
I see.
Or you can even
I
put
love that.
vodka in it if you want to.
Ew.
Whatever your favorite
Perfect.
liquor is. Just give it a little
So
twist.
hello, Joe. Thank you for calling us beautifuls.
Hi,
Um,
Joe.
love tea, Karen. I kind of want today to be, I'm feeling like I need to tap into my very latent inner witch. And I feel like you two are both far witchier, more spiritually inclined than I. What does the love tea do, Karen? And I'm really sorry about the dog. She's probably just wants a treat. So let's take a little walk, shall we?
It's an aphrodisiac, and I thought it would be
Ooh,
appropriate because we're showing love for each other and love for other women and love for the earth. And as I shared before you were here, when I was 15 and I was unhoused. Is that the proper word these days?
I think you
I
can
wandered
still
by
say homeless,
a little
especially if you
shop,
were.
and a woman who owned it was a witch, and but she was into earth magic. She was into herbs and oils and essential oils and everything. And she gave me my first tarot deck. And then I mentioned to Oceana that my father's mother was born in Ireland, and his
Ooh,
father, and she was very intuitive. She was very psychic. And so I have a lot of that in my genes, but I tend to lean towards the love side, the let's celebrate, let's bring love into our lives, prosperity, positivity. I tend to go that direction. There are things you can
yeah.
do for every imaginable life issue, but I just tend to look for the love. That's just me, though. I tend to wear rose-colored glasses.
That's beautiful. And yeah, I we need more people looking for the love these days.
We
There seems
do.
to be a shortage of that. So I am all in. I'm also curious because you are quite the astrologer. I'm pausing because I'm hearing
Hmm.
my voice echo at me a little. What the fuck is going on in the stars right now, Karen?
Everything.
Help
Well,
both of you help me.
it all started. Oh, and by the way, Dana, oh my God,
Yeah,
both of you women. I mean, I've done Oceana's chart a lot. But I haven't done yours, Dana, but I've looked at it because I've been like obsessed with Lawrence's chart for months. In
I
fact,
know.
every night for an hour I work on it. I told Dana tonight, I'm not going to stop working on his chart until there's nothing left I can find. I already have 100 handwritten pages of stuff I have found in his chart. I'm
Which
not
is
going to
crazy.
stop.
You're gonna know Lawrence better than I do after 40 some odd years of friendship.
Yeah. But I love Lawrence. So
Hmm.
it's a work of love. I just made the decision I really want to know. But anyway, Jupiter is coming into Leo this summer, and that is a bonus period for you because you are a Leo. So you're going to have 1 year of super shine. The sun is going to be raining down rays, positivity, good things for you. So when
Oh,
June, July hits, you need to get in there. You've got a year of once every 12 years, Jupiter comes around into your sun sign or your rising sign. And
that
now,
makes me happy.
Oceana, yeah, you're going to have the sun in Leo. Brilliant. So you need to grab everything you want to grab. Love, career, prosperity, anything you want. Just grab it
Okay.
because you've got 12 months of good luck. Now, Oceana has Aries, and right now Saturn and Neptune are, well, in fact, on the 20th of next month, they'll be combined. And she is going to be a powerhouse because she's going to have Saturn and Neptune in her first house driving her. Saturn is discipline and working towards whatever you want to achieve.
La la la.
Neptune is spirituality. It's a psychic intuition. It's being able to see into the future, anything you want to see, and you can manifest anything. So you guys both have really good things coming. And Dana, I looked at your time of birth one day when you were
Yeah,
talking about it, and I figured it out. And I'm almost positive you have Scorpio rising, which is my
I do.
favorite. It's my
I'm
favorite.
Scorpio
My
rising.
husband has Scorpio rising. I love Scorpio. It's my favorite. And by the way,
Yeah.
um, there's a lot of really good things right now. Jupiter's in Cancer, which is forming a very nice trine with Scorpio. So you have that going for you as well.
What
But
does
you're going
that
to be
mean though?
having I know there's been some setbacks for you, but career-wise and opportunity-wise and the ability to really make your dreams come true, it's all there right now. Between
Okay.
now and June, we've got the Jupiter in Cancer, which is forming a really nice trine with your sun, and then the sun goes into Leo. And trust me, every 12 years, that's like the leprechaun shows up with the pot of gold.
What
So
happened 12 years ago? I can't
every
remember.
12 years, it pops in. It's like every 12 years, like clockwork.
Okay.
That is
So you
awesome.
guys both have good stuff happening. Really, really good stuff.
I
But
feel like I'm on the cusp of good stuff to use it.
yeah, but
We both are.
it's clearing out though. Let me tell you what happens when you have these planets. Before you can have great things, you have to clear out the trash. So if you're going to have a party and you want everybody to come and have a great time and you want to have a great time, if there's any trash hanging around that needs to be cleared out, whether you want it to be cleared out or not, it's got to go before you can have good stuff. So I know both of you have been clearing trash out this year.
Oh
But
yeah.
and I know it's been hard, but hey, look at the bright side. You're getting ready for really great things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, today I kind of figured that we're probably going to end up talking about love because Karen is a love guru. I'm kind of like people have told me that I have succubus energy in real life.
I don't know what that means.
It's just very, it just your ability to track the opposite, well, whatever sex, the opposite, the same, whatever. You're able to attract that erotic energy. It's just around you all the time. And all you have to do is kind of flip a switch and it's there. You have a natural ability to activate that. That's really what it is. There's a much deeper meaning, but it doesn't make sense to go into that now. If you ever want to talk to me
Yeah,
about it, I can, but yeah. Now,
I,
and
I've
Dana has just great. I mean, with Leo and Scorpio, my God, you have to wear sunglasses around her.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Taurus
Yes, you
moon.
do.
The
Yes, you
Taurus
do.
moon. Okay.
Yes, you do.
Y'all are too kind to me. But I'm sorry, Oceana, I cut you off that you were saying you have
but yeah,
succubus energy, and I
like
know you're going through the
I'm going through a
starting phases
divorce,
of a divorce.
A divorce. I'm
and
so sorry.
no, I mean, as you said, we have to get rid of the trash. Unfortunately, my relationship was really not good for me. Um, but I don't wish him ill. I just think that we are completely and utterly incompatible. And like I want to do my writing thing, I want to do my podcast, and you can't light yourself on fire to keep others warm. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Brilliant, brilliant idea. Brilliant attitude. You
Yeah.
know,
How long were you guys married?
That depends on like which marriage you ask because I know that there's a bit of an echo. I can't really control that.
it's okay. I'm okay. Are you okay, Dana?
Ah, my precious ears. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, now you're muted.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Again. Right. So when it comes to like the whole succubus energy, like even when I'm not trying to look sexual or something like that, people just kind of like are like, "Oh, I'm gonna gravitate towards this," and it tends to have really bad, how should I put this, outcomes.
Yeah. You were talking about how long you'd been married.
Oh, right, the marriage part.
Yeah.
5 years officially. That was with the third attempt at getting married, but we had two different attempts, which I think the universe was trying to tell me, don't do it, girl." But of course, I'm stubborn because I got some Taurus in me.
A lot.
Real same. Taurus moon.
Yep. So, technically we're together 7 years. It's just that like, you know, the third time was the charm when it came to paperwork. The first time it got botched by the health department. The
Oh,
second time the officiant who was supposed to sign it got really blitzed and married 2 threes instead of us. And a bridesmaid died and there was a police raid.
What?
Long story short,
Wait, what? What?
wow.
A bridesmaid died?
I
yeah, and there was a police raid, a bridesmaid died. I had an allergic
Wait,
reaction to the daylight.
a police
Um,
raid?
huh?
A police raid at your second wedding?
Yeah, these things happen. But
not to me. There's a famous Stephen Merritt of the Magnetic Fields, my favorite band. Hang on, sorry I'm futzing so much. I'm going to put this on a stand, but I feel like I need to change my setup here a
Okay,
little.
so a bridesmaid died.
Listen,
The officiant was blitzed and married 2 trees instead of you. The
how do you
police
marry
raided the
trees?
joint. What else happened?
let's see. I had a porphyria outbreak, so half of the time I was so splotchy and like my blood wasn't even pumping correctly because I was like so out of it. That I couldn't really even open my eyes for a while, and I couldn't move. And then like we had a couple of people who were overheating from some bad ecstasy. Um, oh yeah, my ex also crashed that particular wedding while wearing a picnic cloth he fashioned into a superhero cape while he was on ketamine, while he was on alcohol, and was screeching, "Love isn't real." And he grabbed a golf cart and long story short, he destroyed the golf cart, flipped it over, the golf cart lost a wheel, and he needed to be babysat for 3 days straight.
This needs to be a sitcom or something.
Oceana, just what? What?
My former friends are, kind of train wrecks.
Okay, so what happened to the third one? I mean, was there any events at the third wedding?
Well, one of the bridesmaids got arrested before she could actually make it to the wedding, but she came the day after. And then everything else kind of worked, even though they didn't get anything from the wedding registry until I started shouting at them. And then let's see what else. Let's see. There's everybody got completely lit for 2 days straight because it was at our apartment. Our original venue backed out because some of my exes were being a nuisance, and they just started smashing bottles everywhere and screeching until they canceled the reservation.
Oh my God.
We turned my bedroom at one point into a smoking lounge, and somebody put high-grade explosives in the smoking lounge. Somehow nothing blew up, but we were very close to it. And then at one
This is
point,
too much, Oceana. I just can't process all of this.
I know. You
This is
cannot
not a
have
wedding.
a party for the divorce. You cannot have a divorce party. You just have to sign the paperwork. Right, Dana?
Yeah.
I mean,
This is
no
too much
longer
for my
hanging
blood.
out.
I can't process this.
No.
I'm no longer hanging out with that crowd, but these things kind of happen sometimes.
They do?
Not to me.
Happened to me 3 times.
Oceana, your life is wild. That's
So,
wild.
Dana, did you have that kind of event when you got married?
No, but we had 2 really killer parties. But
I imagine. Did you get married in Ireland?
no, I only went to Ireland for the first time recently. We got married here in Seattle.
Big
And that
wedding?
was well, we got married President's Day weekend. So Saturday night we had the wedding reception and the ceremony itself, and it was 100 people, so not small, not big. It was lovely, and it was at this really cool place called the Ruins, which is, I don't know if the Ruins is still around, but it was a secret private dinner party, and a guest had to
Ooh.
sponsor you, and it was it wasn't Alice in Wonderland themed, but it was crazy colorful murals in this old space that just looked like an empty warehouse for the outside. From the outside, you had to know where to go. And the person who sponsored me was Stephanie Dorjan, and her husband, a guy at the time named Peter Buck from REM. Those were our sponsors, because she owned the Crocodile, the rock venue in town where David and I met. And I was running Three Imaginary Girls, my music website at the time, and people were like,
REM?
you want to get married at the Ruins? You should talk to Stephanie Dorjan. And I was like, Mrs. Peter Buck? And I talked to her, and she was like, yeah, we'll sponsor you. So, okay, if we're going to tell rock star stories. So David was I was running my music website. He was in local bands. But the one no-show from our wedding was for our wedding, which was only 100 people. So it was dinner, it was expensive per person, was Ben fucking Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie. He and his girlfriend did not show up for our wedding.
Why
Still
not?
angry. I don't know if they had better things to do, but I'm still mad about it. I was better friends with his then girlfriend, Joan, than with him.
God, I'm still mad. I wasn't
I'm
even there.
I'm still mad about it, but we had a beautiful wedding. And then the next night at the Crocodile Cafe, we had the imaginary wedding, we called it, because Three Imaginary Girls was my website. And we had 4 bands play, and one of them was David's band. And I got up and sang with them, and we duetted Jackson by June and Johnny and June Carter Cash. We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout.
Bruh.
We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. Well, so it was a super fun party. So we had 300 people there.
Oh my
Because
God.
it was we invited everyone we knew from music. We even the guest list was 250 or 300 people, but then people could pay to just come see the bands. So,
Oh, of course.
So it covered the costs of the night.
Oh, wow.
And my dear friends own this famous donut shop in town called Top Pot. So we had a big cake made of Top Pot donuts, and it was just silly fun. My friend Anna, who owns this amazing vintage shop here called Pretty Parlor, brought a rack of like hideous, like Goodwill bridesmaid dresses. And we had a B. Dana's bridesmaid pageant competition. And then we had a fake wedding ceremony these local comedian performers put on. It was so fun. So
Was
we're not
Lawrence
married
in the
anymore.
wedding party?
Lawrence was our officiant. He married us.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh!
Yeah.
I bet that was great.
It was beautiful. It
Oh,
really was beautiful. We had a great wedding, and we had a really good relationship for a long time until we didn't. But well, we still have a really good relationship. We just
you
don't have
do,
a
and you have two
romantic
beautiful
relationship.
girls.
We do, and we co-parent them very well together.
And Oceana has beautiful cats.
Yes, and one girl, but not in my custody. Wait, are you a rock star wife too?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a musician, but he's not in any band you've heard of. Like he played in Seattle bands back in the day.
Okay, dude, try me. You got to remember who you're talking to.
Let's see, Daylight Basement, Shake Some Action, the Junes.
I've heard of the Junes.
Have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
It's
like that
G.
indie pop.
They're kind of like a jangle power pop, indie pop, yeah.
Well,
And
now,
then
Oceana, I have to tell you that my husband has been playing the guitar since he was 15 years old, and the band he was in Madison, Wisconsin, opened for the Bee Gees.
Oh my God.
And the Beach Boys.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so for years. He doesn't play anymore, but he has a recording studio upstairs. The whole top is a recording studio. And he still has a lot of musician friends who still go out and do sound for the bands. He had a band in Florida for 10 years. They had a really nice band down there. They played all the bars and stuff. But when he moved to Dallas, he retired. So, but he still
where
plays
in Florida?
um he played around the Miami area.
Oh, what was the band called?
I can't remember.
I probably won't know them, but
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, I wasn't too far from there when I grew up. Lawrence and I both.
Yeah, but they
Or
played
maybe
around
back
a
to
lot
the
of the different,
Florence.
he worked for Bell South down there and during his real job as an engineer, software engineer. And then in the evenings he had a band. They played a lot. When they were in Wisconsin, they traveled all over, the Midwest. So,
That's
and they
very
opened for a
cool.
lot of different big bands. So,
I dig it. I feel like I finally gotten the kind of witchy atmosphere I wanted here. We got the
yeah, it looks
candles,
great.
got the lights, got the dog right here behind me. I don't know if you can see Kira. There's her ear.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
A cocktail here, my witch's brew. What was the word? Oh, succubus. The
Mm-hmm.
attract
Succubus.
sexual energy. I feel like what's the word for not a sexual succubus, but a like you draw. I draw men in for my heavy emotional support energy. Like I get drawn into people who um, who need emotional regulation.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I don't.
Mother?
It is kind of a motherly thing, but it's more of a men don't tend to have friends or therapists, and so they lean on their primary partner for their emotional needs. And then when they lose their relationship, they have no one to talk to about the trauma of losing their relationship because the only person they had was their person. And then they find a like emotionally a person with heavy emotional capacity and also sexual energy. And
Which
it's
is the
both.
Scorpio, which is your
Mhm.
which is your Scorpio rising. That's the Pluto. Did you know that Pluto is the most powerful of all the planets? In fact, it's 3 times more powerful than Mars, which is the hardcore sexual energy. Pluto is 3 times more powerful.
I did not know that, but
And it's the co-ruler of Scorpio.
Mm.
Very powerful.
I have a new that sorry, I didn't mean to shift subjects. That is very interesting, and I didn't know that. I don't know if I have Pluto in my chart.
Yes, you do. It's really in your ascendant.
It is rising.
It is.
I thought my ascendant was Scorpio. Is Scorpio Pluto?
Yes, ruled by Pluto.
Okay.
Yep.
I did not know that. See, I learned so much from you. I really need a full reading so I can get like fully
Okay, well,
ramped
as
up
soon as
on.
I can let go of Lawrence, as soon as he's
Yes,
driving me crazy, I have to let go soon because I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about things I need to write down. So
that
I
is
need to.
amazing.
My husband keeps telling me, "Would you please finish Lawrence? You're driving me nuts." Because I'll get up at 3 in the morning and go, "I have to go write notes about Lawrence," and
Oh
he'll
my
say,
God.
"Oh my God, you have to finish this man." So once I'm done with him, I will do yours, Dana. I don't do charts very often because I
Yes.
tend to get very obsessed with them. I used to do a lot of charts when I was living in St. Louis. I had a call-in radio show. I would do all the psychic fairs, and it just
You
drained me.
really have had
It's a
so
big
many
drain,
lives.
big
You've
drain.
had, I can imagine, and you've had so many lives.
Mm-hmm.
I get bored easy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
when I moved to Dallas, I left it all behind. Not I still do astrology every day. And I'm in graduate school and the classes we're learning are combined with using astrology for financial investing. And the guy who's the dean of the school, which is connected to NYU, has been doing astrology for 50 years.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's incredible.
So, yeah, it's very interesting.
I
So,
love that.
I look at the chart every day. I mean, I look at the moon every day. I look at the planets every day, but I don't really advertise it much.
Yeah,
I
that's
try to stay in the
incredible.
closet as much as
Yeah.
possible.
So we keep outing you.
That's
By
okay.
asking all these questions. You said on our podcast on the Daily Whatever show when you were on last week that when you were young, you decided you wanted to live two lives in one. You wanted to stay
Yes,
so active and I'm like, you're
conscious.
really doing that. And that line has stuck with me because I never thought about it that way, but like girls, same. And
Yeah.
Conscious decision when I was 13 years old. Conscious decision.
I just love
Yeah,
that.
I decided
It
that's
also
why. But
smells really weird to her
But
because
what Lawrence said,
Mhm,
one of the advantages I have, I can usually get by with 5 or 6 hours sleep, sometimes 4,
mhm.
and be really good. Like, I might take little 10-minute naps, and if I really push myself too hard, my body will just shut down. I'll be sitting there and boom, I'm out. But most of the time, I wake up, I go to bed at 9, I get up at 3, and then I have a full day. But like Lawrence said, if he didn't have to sleep, he'd be president of the United States right now. And that's pretty much true, you know?
That's
But
the thing about us crones. We tend to need
Mm-hmm.
less sleep because we're needed more.
Yep.
I
I
also have
must
to
be a
point out
failure as a crone.
no, no, not at all, because you sleep little so you can get more done and lead two lives. I think this is so pretty. It was on the my b by this candle was on Buy Nothing, and I raised my hand for it, and I got it, and then squirrel, I forgot about it, and the woman wrote me today and was like, "You live by X church, don't you? Can I drop this off for you? You forgot about it." And she dropped it at my door instead of me having to get it. But it's lilac scented, and I'm not loving the smell, but I have to show it off because I think the glass
It's
is really
very
pretty.
pretty. Can you put lavender oil in there? Do you like lavender oil? It's
I
so
might.
so
These
relaxing.
2 are lavender. Yeah, the other candles are lavender.
You
But,
guys should see me at night. When I go to bed, you're not supposed to do it, but I do it anyway. I lather lavender direct onto my wrist, take
oh,
some
wow.
really deep inhalations, and boom, I'm out. It
Good for
works.
you.
I
Good for
currently have this candle, which is for fragrant jewels. I collect them for, well, my costumes and everything, but it's called Phoenix Unbound.
Ooh,
It's
ooh.
it's really nice and it smells like reinvention, which,
Ooh,
I
you
like
know,
that. We should light our faces at the same time. You
yes.
know,
So,
we should do a,
so
like,
did you
ritual, like,
guys?
we are gathered for the first night of the I don't know what a Halves of Bast is, but I like the sounds of it.
house. It's the V is stylized.
Ooh.
Ooh,
This is like we're in the craft, only
that's
Oh,
it's the
the
what I was
craft.
crones,
thinking
That's
of.
what I was thinking of.
the
Yeah,
crones
the
craft.
craft.
Can I be the witch that rides on the vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Of course.
Is that, the crazy one with the black hair and the blue eyes? I'm trying to remember which one rides on the vacuum cleaner.
Maybe. I
I don't
just
know.
love that
I just
movie.
rewatched that movie with, my younger child, like, in the last month, I just saw it again. I just don't wanna be Nev Campbell, she's kind of a whiny little bitch in that movie. "Take away my scars."
Oh yeah.
And then
Mhm.
she's all like, "I'm a bitch now because 'cause I'm pretty and I don't have scars."
Yeah.
But it's such a '90s film, like, it's, like, so iconically '90s, I kind of dig that. Um, I also like, I wanna hear about what you guys are writing, and I wanna talk about writing because I'm having a hard time writing. and I am, I'm about to take a leave of absence from work for a little while. And so one of the things I'm planning to do while I'm out is to do some writing. It will be very therapeutic, and also like honing craft is good for me. Um, but I like to write a lot about relationships and sort of dating, relationship, what it's like being a Gen X woman, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have all these thoughts hitting my head, but they're emotional. And to be a reliable narrator, to me, you have to still be feeling it, but you can't be in the throes of anything because it's too hard to take your reader through it reliably.
Yeah.
Then you're just blogging and you're ranting, right? You're like, blah, blah, blah. But to craft a story from it is tough. But I figured out something about myself that I think is an interesting theory. Can I try workshopping it here with you guys? And we can round
Yes,
people what we
Yeah.
were
please.
writing.
Yes, absolutely.
This might not seem like that much of an epiphany to other people, but it felt like one to me. Do like sometimes really small things. You're like, Eureka, I figured something out. And other people are like, that's not really a Eureka. But this was my thing because I'm single and dating, and I wrote a story. I'm going to do it my way and tell it kind of roundabout storytelling. I wrote an essay for Medium, and I've shared it on Substack too, about demisexuality and the idea of it. I think I called it like why I don't identify as demisexual, even though I could. And I'm like, I haven't always been out of sync. I think this was more normal when I was younger, a younger adult, where I I feel very kind of perpendicular to a lot of dating culture, at least out here in liberal Seattle, that most people, so many people are poly, so many people are ethically non-monogamous in some form, um, or at a minimum, like sex is immediately on the table,
Yeah.
or the bed, or the couch, or
Or the back seat.
or the back seat, right, wherever it has to happen. So and in this story, I'm like, I outlined 2 times where like 2 like rock star crushes I had in my younger years. Like I had made out with them and had the opportunity to sleep with them and declined because I'm like, I need to know someone a little bit better. I'm just not someone who wants to hop right into bed with people. And these days it is particularly grueling. Um, and I have so this is that's background. The minor epiphany I had that sort of helped me sort it through is people tend to think of dating as going in stages that I would define as like you're dating and then they're your boyfriend and then they're your partner or
Mm-hmm.
husband if you get married. But and so the example I will give is the relationship I was in over the summer. Biff Biff, you may remember Karen from
Oh
the
yeah,
chat.
Bip Bip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um,
Is he gone for good?
oh, he's long gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Good.
yeah, he's Mr. Big Dick Energy versus between date behavior. That's him.
Oh
As
yeah.
is like he got 2 go-arounds. He was also a story from the year before, the one about,
Oh, he did have 2
Test and
go around.
Apologize. Test and Apologize, that was him too, the one with the song. Anyways, we won't get into all of that, but
Okay.
he, we were together like 5 months, and so he was quite immediately like, "I've turned off the apps." Like, on the second go-around. We just went on, like, 3 dates the first go-around. He disappeared. I wrote an essay, but 2 weeks later, I did hear from him, and he was like, "I'm so sorry. I got back together with my ex. I didn't think there was a chance that would happen. It did. I didn't mean to drag you into this. You didn't deserve that. It was wonderful knowing you." And I was like, "Not a problem.
Eh,
We only went on
eh,
3 dates." Like, nothing had happened. Like, I was like, "The only thing that upset me was that you disappeared. But now that you've
yeah.
reappeared, we're cool." And so when he, like, months later recontacted me, I was like, "Okay." So it was immediate that he was like, I turned off the dating apps. I just want to date you." And I was like, "Good. I'm really monogamous by nature. I like you. I'm a busy person." At that point, I'm like, I hadn't had sex in a very long time. I was like, let's jump in. So we jumped in. And I said to my friend, that I was like, "Well, we're exclusive." And she's like, "So he's your boyfriend?" I'm like, "Well, no, we're exclusively dating." And she was like, "How is that different from boyfriend?" And I was like, "Well, because boyfriend means something different. It's like deeper, like our kids would start to know each other and there's more time. Like we're new. We're just," and I was really struggling with the language. And then as time went on with him after a few months, we had this conversation, and it was sort of a like, so I think we're boyfriend, girlfriend now. And I was like, yes. And then it wasn't very long after that everything fell apart. And I've recently had like two kind of, like in recent months, like intense and over very quickly things happen. And I'm realizing the missing word, and this is going to sound very dumb, but let me explain it. The missing part of the ladder for me is lover. And this is how the ladder, so this is how the ladder works. Because when people are like, I'm not demisexual. I love fucking. Like, I miss sex a lot, but I also am not casual about sex, but I also don't need a lot of time until I know. So this is how it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I need to write about like this and then like send a link to any guy who I meet and
Yeah, that's a good
interested in.
idea.
So I'm like, when I am dating, I hate dating. Dating is a vetting process. It's exhausting. It's countless Nimrods hitting me up on apps, meeting people who are mostly disappointing. But then sometimes I meet someone, or sometimes more than one someone, although that's rare at a time. And there's a click, there's an energy, there's a like, this is fit. And what I've learned about myself over the years is I know really quickly if there's someone who I could have potential with or not. And I have tried doing the like, maybe it will grow.
It doesn't work.
I did it for 6 years. Like, I really like stability, but yeah, it never changes for me. And so when I am dating, my goal is always to get further into the like. I am very happy to stop dating and choose one person. And that at that stage, like when I'm dating, though, like there's no sex when I'm dating because I'm dating, and it's too casual. But when I start dating, that's the lover phase. Like the transition happens from dating to lover. And I always have a conversation where I'm like, I like you, you like me. And with these last, especially one of the last two, he also was like, I turned the app off before I even met you. I just knew from your profile, like, I don't really want to date. I like you. I want this to happen. And I was like, and it was very intense and very quick. And I was like, but pretty well vetted of like, we talked about it, all of this. And in both cases of these two recent ones, they completely biffed the onboarding to lover because they tripped out. And we're like, I don't think I can handle, you deserve something bigger, better, or I'm going through these hard things. And I'm like, you're not my boyfriend. Yes, I'm heading that way, but the bar for lover for me is we are mutually really into each other and find each other hot. We both want to fuck each other. We don't want to fuck anyone else right now, and there is a sense of connection and trust, and like as much as you can trust someone new, like there is consistency. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm like, the one thing that has to happen is you can't flake on me. I need stability in my life. I cannot deal with you fading off, right? And so I can't tell if do you have input, Karen? Or are you just cheering me up?
I do have very important input for both of you. Amazing women.
Can I jump in and finish where this goes first, and then? But can you remember
Yes.
it that long?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a point where I'm finding things are breaking, and I think it's because they see me and they're like, "You're a really serious person, Dana," and I have all this and in every case, all three of these men I'm describing are all dealing with grief and trauma and loss. And it's because this is another title of a story I'm working on. All Gen X dating comes from grief. Because the only reason you're there is because something didn't work.
Yeah.
And in the case of the men I have met, it has all been acute. Because men who want to be in relationship find another woman very quickly. And so as part of that bargain, you are dealing with men in crisis. Which is fine. So these two, there was a complete falling apart of the guy or the bond or there was a rupture in going from, even though we talked about it beforehand, they got tripped out in one form or another. And then with Biff, not his real name, over the summer, it was in moving from lover to boyfriend. He did a pretty good job going from dating to, we did a pretty good job together. But then he was really anxious attachment, or not anxious, sorry, avoidant attachment, and would just go dark a lot. And I was like, the one thing you can't do is go dark.
Yeah.
You
I
can
hate it
tell
when guys
me,
do that.
you can tell me I need 3 days to go deal with this and you're not going to hear from me. And I'll say, bye, have fun. Or I'm sorry, that sounds really hard. Go deal with it. And I'll talk to you in 3 days. What you can't do is just disappear. That is the only requirement. And so I think that the big revelation for me was this sense of a ladder of like, oh no, dating isn't a monogamous thing because dating is an exploration. And with Charles, oh, I just said his real name, sorry. Over the summer when I was dating him and I was trying to explain to my friend that I was like, well, he's not my boyfriend yet. What was missing was he's my lover. So we're exclusive now because I don't want to fuck multiple people at the same time. And I don't want to be fucking somebody else who is. I would kind of be okay having a lover where we both said we're dating people because neither of us, for whatever reason, I could see a world where we agree that we're still dating, but that neither of us, but we're sexually exclusive. That would be hard for me, but I could see it. But there is this interest, and I think a lot of people feel this way, but there isn't the language because lover sounds so like hot and heavy and romantic. But to me, it's just a literal stage of events. Sorry, I'm getting all like blah animated because this is sort of new and I'm working it out. And I want to write about it, that people need to be clear that for most people, sex is important, but most people also are not comfortable insisting on what it means to them and what they need when moving to that step. And not everybody. I mean, some people are like, I just want to fuck and keep going. But I think it's really important to have a frank conversation of, we are moving to a new stage. We are becoming lovers now. What does that mean to you? And what does that mean to me? And are we aligned before we move here? Because, I mean, some people don't have sex till they are boyfriend and girlfriend. And that was me when I was younger because that was kind of the rules of engagement. The rules of engagement now, at least where I live, that's not how it works. Sex happens very quickly. And I don't know if I want a guy to be my boyfriend if I've only known him for a couple weeks, but I might want to be like, you've got a lot of potential, and the only way to find out is physical intimacy,
Yeah.
right? Ugh, what
Like,
do you think? That's my whole thing that I'm like,
Can I give you guys a secret
yes,
tool? A
mhm.
secret tool. Big
yes.
secret. Tomorrow's the new moon. Okay. This is
Okay,
something I learned. It works. It
okay,
works. It works with
okay.
anything, with love, with sex, with men, with jobs, with women,
Uh-huh.
with careers, with everything. I can't guarantee the lottery, but it works. Okay. And I've tried it many, many times. Okay. New moon tomorrow. When you wake up, before you get out of bed, you know, Dana, how you're really great at writing scripts where you're very particular, you know, like if you're doing some project work and you have to use AI for your business and you write a script and you say it has to be this many minutes and it has to have this and it needs this tone and it needs to have this and no, you know how you're very, very good at writing scripts. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm, yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, you're really good too. Okay. So in your head, I want you to write a script. What is it you want? Do you want a man who's tall and skinny? Do you want a man who's emotionally available? Do you want a man who's worked out all of his trauma? Do you want a man who's a billionaire? Do you want a man who's a rock musician? Do you want a man? What do you want? And whatever it is whatever you want, I don't care. I don't care. It's up to you. The universe, all you have to do every morning before you get out of bed is have a script of what you want. You can't change it every day and
okay.
don't ask for too many things and ask 3 times. 3 times. You say, Dear universe, I want Billy Joel to call me up tomorrow, whatever. It may not happen, but you get my drift.
Yeah.
Very clear, very clear. 3 times every day, 3 times in the morning before you go to bed. Start tomorrow. The moon's new.
Three.
It's really good. 3 times. And you just keep asking. And what'll happen is either what you really need will manifest or people will come and they'll tell you stuff like, oh, hey, Dana, I know this person you need to meet, but the universe will take care of it. And it may take a little while, but you will get where you need to go. If you want to know what you should be writing about, Dana, just, Dear universe, what should I be writing about? 3 times. And guess what? You'll get inspiration. You'll hear an answer. Clear your head You'll hear the answer. Same for you, Oceana. It works. I've been
I
doing
love
it for
this.
all of my life.
I love it.
Is it 3 times, like, once a day when you first wake up for 3 days in a row?
No, forever until you get what you want, and then you can change it. I've been doing
But
this
what's
my
the
whole
3
life.
times then? You say it 3 times each
Yeah,
morning?
Each morning.
basically, like,
Yeah. Dear
I'll
It's like
meet.
your
universe.
morning prayer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dear universe, I want XYZ for the good of all concerned. I want
Mhm.
XYZ for the good of all concerned. End it with the good for all concerned, good of all concerned.
The
I've been
good of
doing
all
this my whole
concerned.
life. And guess what? I've had two amazing, amazing husbands. One unfortunately died, but we were together for 25 years. He had a heart attack and died. He was still very young. I was like early 50. And then I met another husband who's been amazing, fantastic. And I would ask, I want a really good man. Here's what I want. And guess what? I got two in a row. I ask
Hmm.
about career things. I ask about, my hair was falling out. What do I need to do? So I would get answers. It works. It really works. But you have to be clear about what you want. And you have to ask every morning before you get out of bed. I want you to help me figure out how to grow my hair back. I want you to help me figure out why I can't lose weight. I want you to help me find the perfect person for me. I want you to help me know what to write about. And guess what? Just believe every day for 3 days, you will hear answers. May not come right away. It may come
You
a
keep
week
saying for
later.
3 days, though. That's where I'm getting stuck
No,
'cause I'm
every
very
day, 3 times in the morning when you wake up,
okay.
forever from now on, the rest of your life, whatever you want.
So one you have to keep saying the same thing till that one thing happens, and then you can move to
Yeah,
another thing?
yeah.
Okay.
Or until
So
you've decided you don't want it. Like, I'm asking for this, and you know what? I don't really want it, which will be the universe telling you, hey, Dana,
Yeah.
you don't really want that. You don't really need that.
Yeah.
I
Okay, it
also have a
works.
tip.
It's a secret. I've been using this my whole life.
I'm, like, falling back into the couch, which is not the green couch that I always had because
I know,
this
but you guys deserve
this
everything you want. You
this
both
for me.
deserve
Mhm.
love, you deserve happiness, you deserve great success. You deserve everything. You're two really amazing women. You deserve everything. Everybody here today. I
Yes.
want everybody here today to have whatever they want, and the universe will take care of us. In the morning, I want XYZ for the good of all concerned 3 times, and that's it. And feel it.
Okay.
Just feel it in your heart like, I really want this.
I've
And
gotta
the
write it
universe will let you
like
know.
I'm writing an AI prompt.
Yeah.
Exactly. But don't make it too complicated because the universe can't handle. They're not AI. The universe is not AI. Just one thing at a time and
Thank
just keep
goodness.
working on it. I mean, that's how I've gotten jobs. That's how I've met new friends. That's how I've gotten two amazing husbands. That's how I've had 5 businesses. That's how, all kinds of stuff has happened.
So I also have my own tip. Dana, I'm the polar opposite of you when it comes to the way I approach relationships.
Yeah. You're
And
probably more in line with modern ethos. Yeah.
um whatever involves me humping everything in sight, then if that's modern ethos, then absolutely. Um
Yes, polar opposite.
yeah, quite polar opposites. Like with me, I'm like, "Hi, I met you for 5 minutes. Grab a condom, let's do something." Um but with me, like, my my issue up until recently was that I was having issues in the bedroom, and it was messing with my head a lot. And once I filed for divorce, I immediately got onto the dating apps. I started meeting up with people, but like for at least like 3 or so months prior, because I was in a non-monogamous relationship. It's just that the person who I wanted the most was not interested in me. Eventually, like, we realized why, and we're like, okay, we're not compatible. We don't wish each other ill, but we just want to go our separate ways. And I was like, okay, how do I get my groove back? So, like, remember how I was talking about like how I have succubus energy? I learned that if I start putting like very like sultry, sexy music that I vibe with, I like jibe with, something that I almost feel like I identify with. I put that in the car. I start blasting it. I'll sing along with it. If I hear it at a club, I'll start dancing to it. Boom. I just like it's as if like a switch gets flipped and I become 10 times more attractive to people around me. It's the weirdest thing, but there is something to be said about the magic of sexy song and dance.
Oh, yeah.
It's energy. You're shooting
Mhm.
your energy out into the universe.
And yeah, if I have like a particular person I'm trying to get with, like I have a couple of crushes right now. I'm actually currently seeing one of my crushes, and he just bought me a pair of designer boots, which was awesome. Um,
Awesome.
yeah. Um, he's one of my crushes. Another one of my crushes, he's a family friend, but like I'm not sure if I'm gonna scare him away because he's quite timid, and I'm like, "Don't be timid. Let me just maul you politely."
Just be who you are, and if he can handle it, he'll stay, and if he can't, he'll run away, and you don't want him if he runs away.
True, true. I'm notorious for being intimidating that way, but I'll think about them while I'm like dancing or singing to the song, and it works. Um, the harder part I think is actually learning to work with my energy or with anybody's energy, because like there's always like those one-off relationships where you're just like, what if I just fix this little thing, it'll be perfect. If I just tweak this little thing, if I just compromise on this little thing, it'll be perfect. And then you end up slowly whittling away everything that you actually wanted out of the relationship until you're left with nothing, but you're still trying to get that win. So I think like to a point when the universe is starting to put up more and more roadblocks, it's time for you to listen to the universe and be like, okay,
Yeah, move on. You're
yeah,
not the right person. You guys are both amazing. Just be who you are. I mean, Dana, write what comes out of you because when you write, it's amazing.
Thank you. You're very sweet. The
Oceana,
weird
just be
thing
who you
is,
are. You guys just be who you are. You're amazing. You're perfect. You don't need to change anything.
you're making me
I'm not
blush.
really capable of it, you know? Um, like, nor would I want to be. The weird thing is these, I mean, you know about Biff Biff, but all of these guys are like reading my work. They might be in this chat, you
Oh
know?
my God.
And it's very I was like, I think I need to stop telling people early on where I write and podcast because I think that's part of what's inhibiting me.
That might work for you. And if it does, then do it. I mean,
Yeah. One of
why
them
give them
probably,
easy?
yeah, probably the kindest of the three of them. Weirdly, the one with the worst tragedy and the one who has his keeping his head above water the most. Uh, but it was like, I don't know if I could date you because you might write about me.
Well, that's a problem with being a writer. We will describe people who piss us off.
Yeah,
That's that's
look at
the
Taylor Swift,
the
right?
Taylor Swift comment of like, well, then don't do anything that's a dick move.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, there's a element of truth to that. Of um, I never do anything that identifies who a human is. Everything is a fake name.
Yeah.
And
I
I
think that's a good
never,
idea.
if as long as I still know someone, if he or she, if a person is in my life and I'm going to write a story that involves them, I always ask, do you mind if I mention you or can I tell this story? If you have done something that, if you have left my life or I have intentionally left yours, it's
Game
my
on.
story. It's my story to tell it. It's not malicious. Um, it's me, uh, you know, sharing my lived experience. Like Dan
Exactly.
Savage says, we all have the right to our own lived
Right.
experience. Like,
Yeah. Maybe
so
tell me you're a tax accountant.
Also,
what's
like, not for
Right.
nothing, but let's just be real here. If they didn't want to be written about in a non-flattering way, maybe they should not act in a non-flattering way. Like one thing that I've learned about myself is that when I do something bad, I cop to it immediately and I try to do what I can to fix things. If that's not enough for people, I can't help them, but they don't have to, be like, "How dare you write about me?"
Yeah, right. Exactly. I write about my
yeah.
husband all the time, but I write humorous stories about him. I write about him all the time, and he's cool with it. He'll laugh because the absurd, the crazy things that happen that he does because he's a man. He's wonderful, but he's a man. Like he fights with the ice machine, and he's OCD about where the groceries go and stuff like that. I write about it. But, maybe just tell them you're a tax accountant, Dana. Then you can write with abandon and you can give them fake names and you can write whatever you want and they may never figure it out.
Karen, I love you, but I've never seen a tax accountant as like stylish as Dana.
That's true. Maybe she could be, she's an executive with a tech firm, which she is.
I am not an
You
executive.
are.
I do work at a tech firm, but I am not an executive, not by
By the way,
mile.
I worked at that same tech firm you do for 2 years.
I didn't know that. We'll have to talk about that offline.
Yeah,
I can't talk
offline.
about that online, but
I know,
I
offline. I had to sign an NDA, by the way,
I'm
but
sure I
I
have
can tell
to.
you some stuff. Okay.
Okay. We will
So,
have some stuff. So this is
yes,
all very good advice. It's the new moon tomorrow.
new
So
moon,
tomorrow we all wake up. We're going to make a crone pact, ladies
Crone
and
pact.
gents in the
Crone pact.
audience. Crone
Okay.
pact. Everyone tonight is going to think about their script of what they want next. And I'm
Yep.
taking away from this, Karen, and correct me if I'm wrong, that I'm not going to show up with a laundry list because there's like 20 million things I could ask
Yeah,
for.
no,
I'm
one thing at a
asking
time.
I'm going to focus on one thing, but be specific on the one thing.
Yeah, be specific.
Do you say it
Yeah.
out loud or do you say it to yourself?
Yeah, or in your head, whatever. I say it out loud, but I talk to myself all the time. So you'll see me walking around just talking to myself. But yeah, I'll just say, "Hey, universe, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Can you help me with this?" And I actually asked the universe to get me boosted, by the way. And I got boosted when I was still writing as my other persona. I got boosted almost 30
Nice.
times in 1 month after I asked every day to get boosted.
Wow.
I
Was
haven't been
one of
That's
them the
boosted.
amazing.
pink hair pronouns one?
Hmm?
Was
Yeah,
one of them
Dave
the
was one of
pink?
them. Yeah, but I was on
Yeah,
a
I got both
string.
of you boosted on pink hair and pronouns.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Do you get
Mhm.
boosted anymore, Oceana? Because some of your stories I see have a lot of likes, but I can never be sure. It seems
So
like they don't boost journalistic-y things.
They don't. I don't
I
know what they boost techie things. I don't know what they boost.
the last boost, because I got one recently, I think. I just forgot when it was. And does the boost thing still show the little lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you should get an email that says it was boosted.
Yeah,
And
I'm trying to figure out, because I know one of them was recently boosted, but for some reason it's not showing up on my thing. I know that my MAGA and Mar-a-Lago face one earned $700.
Wow,
good
that's
for
great.
you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Was that boosted or did it just earn that much?
Let me check, because it's not showing on like just like the random list, but no, that was not boosted. That was just at random.
Okay.
I must have gotten huge traffic to get
Yeah.
$700 without a boost.
I would write for pink hair. I mean, I don't know. I'm not approved writer under my new persona. Well, she's been around now for 3 years, but I would write for pink hair and pronouns, but I don't know exactly what kind of stuff. And remember, I was telling you earlier,
Very
today we had 15 submissions to my pub. 15. After we stopped talking, I went and there were 5 more.
That's
That's a lot of
nuts.
submissions.
You're doing a lot of unpaid labor over there.
It's okay. Labor of love.
Yeah.
Most people are driven by one of the 5 F's. This is what I learned in management training program when you're interviewing people. They're driven by fun, or fear, or fame, or fortune, or family. Sometimes multiple things, but usually one of them is
Or fucking.
predominant.
You forgot fucking. That's the other one.
Fucking, guess
I think
what?
that's
I'm
part
none
of
of those.
fun.
Yeah,
Ah,
I have no F. I am in service. I like to help people. I like to train people. I like to educate people with my writing. I like to volunteer. Like when I asked you if I could help Dana, I told my husband, he goes, "Of course you want to. You're only working 18 hours a day." I said, "Well, I have an extra hour." He goes, "Of course you do."
oh my
I
God.
like to help. I'm just a helper bee. That's just I'm an H. I'm not an F. But if you think about it, if you interview people and you can figure out what their big F is, it gives you a leg up on whether you want to hire them or not. Because think about it. If it's somebody that's into fun, they're going to be the first one out the door every day. If somebody's into family, they're not going to be willing to work on certain days. And that's fine. But, if they're driven by fear, you may not want them either because you can't trust them to be a self-starter. But if they're into fame or fortune and you motivate them properly, they could be fantastic on your
Another
team.
F.
Yeah. Or fucking, right?
Yep.
Right.
But the
It's
F's.
like, not for nothing, but I've met some people who will do crazy amounts of work to get a chance to date like a girl that they like or a guy that they like.
Of course.
I
So that would
don't
be
know
my
how to
yes.
be that person. I was joking about this with Lawrence actually, because as you get older, I think you see this more of like I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, how do you become one of the women who just is like, I don't work, and they just like marry a guy with money and he takes care of them, and I'm like, what have I done wrong my
Yeah, you know what
I
though?
mean,
Those
I'm
are
turning into that
handcuffs.
girl.
Those are handcuffs. Really, think about it. Those can be
Of
handcuffs of
course,
their own. Yeah. Well, you know
absolutely,
what?
but
This was
it,
amazing, but we are way over our cocktail
Yeah.
hour,
oh, we
and
are. Look
I'm
at
gonna have
that.
to go, kids.
All right.
I'm gonna go
Everyone
too.
have a good night.
I'm going to sing karaoke tonight, you guys.
Oh,
Sounds
where?
good. Ooh, the,
A little, my favorite little neighbor,
the Chinese place.
the Chinese food place.
Oh, you
I
know what?
love that place.
If
I've
I ever
never been
come
there,
to
but I love
if
it.
I ever come to your part of in your neck of the woods, Daniel, I want to go watch you sing karaoke.
1,000%. Come to
Yes.
Seattle. You can stay here. Kira will sleep on top of you, and
I
we can
love Kira.
go. We can go. Kira loves you too. Look, she's all blissed out right here on the
Oh,
blanket.
I love
Aw.
her. I wrote a story about her on Substack, remember?
Yeah, you did. She loved it. So did I.
Well, listen, you guys are amazing. Just remember that.
Oh, you're amazing.
Absolutely.
You're my favorite crones.
You
Um,
are my favorites. And don't forget
let's cheers.
we have
Thank
a
you for
promise.
Crone Cocktail Hour.
Yes.
Let's see if we can make this a thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh
Okay.
my God, we have almost 200 people. We have 109. One more person needs to join, and then we hit
Come on,
200.
people. One more.
Put all the hearts
Look
in.
at
We'll
all the
get one more
secrets we
person to
gave
join.
them. We gave them so many cool secrets, right?
Yeah. Judging by the numbers alone, I think that this is a smash hit, and this is going to be a regular thing.
Okay. Well,
I'm
I've
into
got a
it.
bunch of tea recipes. I've got a bunch of potions. I've got a lot of essential oils. I've got hair and beauty recipes that are made with essential oils. I'm happy to share.
And I've got a lot of energy working stuff that I do. So if you guys want to hear about like how I do my weird remote viewing or how I hear,
Ooh, yes.
Let's talk about witchy shit, and I'll talk about, I don't know,
Dana, write
theories
that
about
stuff. Write that
lover
stuff,
shit.
really. Write
What's
all
that?
that stuff you talked about. Everything. Write all of
Yeah,
it.
the love ladder. Dating,
I love that.
lover, boyfriend, partner. That's the ladder.
200.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh,
Woo!
I don't see it yet. I'm still at 199, but I believe you.
Yay!
All right. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
All right.
Oh,
Love
there's
you.
200.
Mwah.
Bye,
Good night.
everybody.
See you
Have a happy
tomorrow,
Christmas
Dana.
day.